Let's talk about the primary software stack in the telematics system. As I said in the previous video, the modem processor is most important hardware unit of telematics system. As know that this slide show you the key software component of telematics system that include application processor and the modem processor. The most powerful the modem processor has been implemented by the Qualcomm Corporation. So most of the telematics system is based on the Qualcomm processor. There are these chipset that many cases are implemented by Qualcomm processor. So apps processor, AP processor is responsible for some communicating with the modem processor. The AP processor in the telematics system and is interacting with the modem processor. With this kind of communication can be performed using some of the IPC protocol and several important and communication channel that is implemented by the chipset vendor. In the AP processor, Linux kernel and user application can be running in the app's AP processor. Most of the telematics system and Cortex A35 processor. The Cortex A35 processor is not providing a high performance processor. Instead, and it is not a popular processor in the IT industry, but in telematics system, this processor can be popular because the main job of AP processor is only in communicating with the modem processor, and most of the driver in AP processors does not require high performance, just like the Cortex A78 or Cortex A76 processor that guarantee high performance. And another important processor unit is modem processor. Inside the modem processor, the real-time operating system is implemented by the modem vendor. In the Qualcomm chipset, the real-time operating system is implemented by the Qualcomm modem software developer. And then the application can be implemented in the modem processor. The detailed features of real-time operating system using application in the modem processor is closed, and because only the partner companies for the Qualcomm chipset can then look at reference manual of the modem processor. But fact of matter it is, the telematics based chipset is based on this software stack. And another important thing you have to run is the ecosystem in the automotive system. And as I explained many times, there are three key players in the automotive system. The first player is Linux kernel community, and second player is SoC chipset vendor, and the third one is automotive OEM vendor or tier 1 company. Let's talk about the second player of the automotive ecosystem in terms of telematics system. The chipset vendor is manufacturing their chipset based on requirement of their product. But in this case, they manufacture the chipset about the telematics system. So what they implement is to design their chipset based on this kind of software stack. What does it mean is that in their chipset, AP processor along with modem processor are to be implemented. The another responsibility of the chipset vendor is to implement their own device driver to control each driver. Then they will develop the SDK or sort of the development tool that could be used by automotive OEM vendor. Then they will share all kinds of device driver code or SDK into the one package. That package is called BSP. BSP means board support package. This will be delivered to automotive OEM vendor or tier 1 companies. Inside BSP, and you can see source code, the bootloader, device driver, the way to configure Linux kernel, a library, and API. And you're going to see some of the tools to flash your image that could be included in the VSP. After the VSP is delivered to the automotive OEM, the automotive OEM or the tier 1 companies will develop their own the system to meet the requirement of the telematics system. The drawing and development of a telematics system, many my peers shared some of the critical issues about modem crash, watchdog reset, and some of the critical and performance issues. The main job of the BSP engineer in the chipset vendor and tier 1 companies and automotive OEM is to troubleshoot into those kind of issues. So in this video, I share the interesting some of the information about telematics system in the automotive. So I hope this material will be helpful to understand what is going on in automotive system.